What if I asked you to join the world's hardest obstacle course? Something like American Ninja Warrior, or one of those crazy shows on TV with all those super strong mountain climbers. Of course, most of us would reject an invitation like that because that would be impossible, right? There's no way we'd be strong enough to do something like that. But what if I told you that you have this special ability, or maybe it's kind of like a magic spell or something that states that no matter what will happen, you will win the competition. Things are done because of scientific evidence. A lot of the things in this world that we do, such as like brushing our teeth, we found out that there's evidence that if you brush your teeth, you will keep your teeth longer and you won't have as many cavities. Or we know that junk food is bad for you because we found evidence that it's not doing good things for your body. So we try to stay away from junk food. This world is run by scientific evidence. People do things because of evidence in the past. But the way that our Christianity works is different. We do things because of faith and faith alone. Hebrews says that faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is all the evidence we need, and it is faith alone that pushes us forward and that pushes God's plan for this world. My grandpa was a great person of faith. He was in the poverty of the Philippines, and he moved to the US by being able to join the US Navy. At that time, he was not yet a Christian, but he was living a good life. He was out of the poverty of the Philippines. He was living in a first world country. But then God got a hold of his heart. When God got a hold of his heart, he changed so much. He was so on fire. I heard that there was this place in Florida. I don't really remember where it is. I think it was like some mall or something. But he used to go there and he would just stand in the middle of some place and just start preaching the gospel. And all of his friends were thinking like, what, you're crazy. Why are you doing that? That's so awkward. That's so weird. But he would do it anyway because he felt it was God's calling. He moved on pure faith. And even in the bigger things, he realized that God was telling him to move back to the Philippines. And his family thought he was crazy. Like, why would you work so hard to go to the US and then move back to the poverty of the Philippines? But he did it anyway. He took his family with him, and he went to the Philippines to start a church, and he preached the gospel that he heard because he was so on fire and fueled by faith. And when I go to the Philippines, I see the amazing fruit of his labor, and the church there has grown so much. Not only is faith our fuel, but it's also an efficient fuel. You honestly don't need very much faith to do great things. Actually, in Matthew 17:20, it says that the faith of a mustard seed can move a mountain. And that is so true whenever you look at the stories of some of the great Christians of the past and all of the missionaries. A lot of times, their journey was started just by one choice that they made to follow God. And I'm sure that one choice may have been hard, but it couldn't have been that hard compared to what was awaiting for them after they made that choice. Now let's go back to that obstacle course. What if I told you that that obstacle course was your life? And that special ability to win every time was actually found in Romans 8:28, where it says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God. And when you really think about that verse, it means that you're invincible. Because no matter what happens, if you're following God, you will always receive good things. So if we have this special ability, what are we going to do about it? Maybe so God is telling you to go talk to a stranger and go tell them about the gospel. I mean, why would you not? No matter what will happen, it will work out for good. You're basically invincible. Or maybe God is telling you to give money to some organization. Why would you not? Because no matter what will happen, it will turn out for good. Or maybe there's a person alone at school and you think you need to talk to them. Maybe God is telling you that they need a friend. Why would you not talk to them? You are invincible. No matter what will happen, it will turn out for good. When we realize that we have this power, we will stop waiting and start moving because we are invincible.